Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you have all the insight. Okay, now recently we have, well, not just we, the whole industry has experienced a spike of refusals. Refusal of what? Student visa. Now specifically on the vocational and training sector. Why is that? Now everybody's been talking about it, and I even see some news, some other migration agents attending forums asking the Minister of Immigration, Andrew Giles. They seem to be not getting any answer or response. Now I probably found that answer today in this video for you. So, well, are you still considering applying for vet courses and trainings and apply for student visas? Probably think twice, not for this year. Let's have a look of what I have found. Now this media announcement came out on the 2nd of September. Now look, a lot of people will say, well, what are you doing, Carl? Today is the 2nd or 3rd of November. It's 2 months after the September, and this is talking about job and skills summit. Correct? Yes, because I found this. Well, not just found it, I knew it, but I didn't pay too much attention. Just the same as everyone, right? Who would like to know about the training that the, especially we focus on migration. We're not going to focus too much on the training for domestic Australians, because that doesn't really bother us. But it does. It does, because that has affect your visa approval rate. Why do I say that? Let's have a read. This came out from the Honourable Brendan O'Connor, MP. So Minister of Skill and Training. Now, not even related to Home Affairs, not even related to Minister, the Immigration Minister at all. But this is basically saying that the Job and Skills Summit, well, it was very important because that actually kickstarted and increased the annual quota from 160 to 195,000, which is tremendously increased compared to the former government. So what did this do? Basically, census between union, business, state and territory government, they are actually doing a balancing between getting skills from overseas and training skills domestically. So what do? Range of the issue, number of the outcome, agreed, aim, ensuring Australian, here we go, vocational education and training vet system can drive future economic growth for the nation. Well, that's great. And that affects your visa? Yes, because we continue to read on, blah, 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 goes down here. They are looking at it as an immediate first step, state and territory skill minister. Now, that minister actually taking care of all the vet sector of each state and territories. Will work together, agree a 12-month skill agreement to strengthen TAFE sector. What does that mean? That means these ministers from each state and territories, they will be allocated, obviously, with the fund coming from the federal government to train the local Australians. Now, what would that do to us? Let's continue to read on. The agreement will accelerate delivery 465,000 additional fee-free TAFE places. Now imagine a TAFE. How many students can you fit into a TAFE? Especially these kind of training and the trades skills. It's not like going into a lecture theater where we can have 200 or 300 people sitting and listen to a lecturer and learning. A TAFE, especially fit for those traineeships, it's tailored, it's require one-on-one or one against few, not many, to train those skills. Imagine carpenters, chefs and cooks patisserie people, you know, the childcare services people. They need trainers to train them almost with one against a few, not a lot, right? You may agree with me. Now, looking at this, 465,000 additional fee-free TAFE places. Now, imagine how much of that will actually take the spaces for international students. And that's why we're starting to experience a very weird refusal, which you probably, well, if you're in the sector, immigration sector, or the visa industry long enough, or international education sector long enough, you probably will never experience. So with 180,000 delivered next year, with cost shared state territory, so 50-50. So 50% paid by the federal government and 50% paid by the state or territory government. Now, that's 465,000 places to train the local Australian domestic students. That is going to take up a lot of space against the international students. Now, wondering why there has been so many vet sector refusals. I think that's the reason. And that's going to go for the next 12 months, starting from September, you see. So not until the late 2023, we will continue to see a lot of refusal in vet sector. If you continue to do so, especially a lot of people want to take, well, not advantage, but it's some sort of the better view, a study program which is much cheaper compared to a bachelor or master degree, isn't it? So I guess this will actually go for prolong for another 12 months. It's best. So, well, my suggestion here is, if you really wanted to come to Australia and study vet, and your background, unless your background is very, very strong, perhaps it's coming from high school sector and straight from Australia high school and enroll into a TAFE courses, then that would be fine. But if you wanted to come straight offshore and study something in vet sector, you really need to reconsider yourself, unless you have a very, very strong background and have a very positive ratio to actually get your visa. Otherwise, you probably would choose a bachelor or master to study with, or perhaps wait until 2024. Not until whole of this thing lapse for another 12 months, because government is throwing money in and all the domestic Australians are enrolling into the places for trainings. That's why there's not enough spots for international students. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.